Good morning from Green Steel USA LLC. I am getting ready this morning to harvest my sunflower seed. It's been sitting in my shed for approximately 1 week since it's been cut down. And here it is. I'm getting ready to process it, taking out the big seeds. And these seeds are very huge that you can either eat, bake, or replant for next year. The seeds for next year I'm going to take around here. What I'm breaking up around here is just the outer seeds. And they're pretty decent size. I've seen some birds have been getting to them. I have a very abnormal one in the backyard. It's completely white, which I've never seen a white sunflower before, so it might not be abnormal. Just for me, I have never seen a white one. It could be a rare heirloom seeds because that's all we use out here. But it's very easy. Once it's dried and been dried out, you can see it's all dried out. The leaves are completely just, you could pull them off and stuff. They're just, very crispy and crusty. They could go. This part here, it should be all dry when you're getting ready to harvest it. Now, you can take this whole thing like this, once you cut it off your branch, and stick it in your oven and still harvest your seeds, no problem. Many people eat the whole plant anyway. So you just start working around. Let me see if I could blow it up a little bit for you guys. I don't know if it's good, so let me get rid of this leaf here so you can see. So you're basically just pulling them back. All this is seeds. All this whole entire thing is just seeds. And you're just basically taking them off and you're pulling them down and working around and getting all the seeds off the major plant. And you can see they're starting to really break off. But it is kind of hard to really maintain them and get them off. That's why I always like to leave a little piece of the husk on there so you have a gripping area. Like I said, and they look like big watermelon seeds. You really do get a big payout with the heirloom seeds because the seeds are humongous when you get back. And of course the birdies will love to eat these out there in your garden. So I'm just going to sit here and work on it, and hopefully we could get the whole entire plant dismantled. And I like keeping it on a cardboard box where you can, I keep it on a cardboard box where you can basically keep all your seeds in order. And basically now it's just basically dried, so just go for what you know. And you just, like I'm saying, just pulling them off like this. And it is kind of hard. You do have to work around it. But they will come off. And you just keep on working around until they start coming off your plant. And you can hear them falling. You can hear them falling right off. And I normally like to dig my nails into them, let them fall in my hand, like a cupping sensation. Well, then you have a lot that falls off at one time. And you're not just trying to do it one at a time. And you don't have to be gentle because, like I said, this plant has already been harvested. The hard part is just getting the seeds off of them. It's amazing. A bird could sit there and pick and pick and pick. But a human has a hard time getting them down and off. And it just feels like maybe these cross-germinated with something else because they have that sticky substance that I feel on top of my other plants, like my lettuce, especially my lettuce, cucumbers. The tomatoes don't have that feeling on it, but I'm pretty sure that they were cross-germinated with something else. Sometimes it happens when the bees come through. So I do have some evidence that the birds have been eating this. A lot of the seeds are like a light brown. Seeds like this, light brown, you really don't want to keep because they're no good. You want to keep seeds that are big and black. They don't have like a whitish substance. See, this has a whitish substance. It's no good from my perspective. You could probably try to get them in the ground for next year. I don't think they're going to grow, as it looks like the seed might be damaged. And normally they are damaged around the flower area, like around the brim of the flower, because that's where the birds normally are hanging out to eat. And sunflower seeds are good for birds. They love it. So let's just get working here. And again, I use the back of the sunflower to keep it like a holding area, like what would you specifically call it? Like a hanger, I guess. So yeah, just keep on working around. Keep on working around. Next year, I like to have me at least 2 acres of sunflowers. One, I could probably sell the seeds, as I do have a seed license. 2, it's good for your chickens, it's good for your goats, it's good for your pigs. My pigs love sunflowers. They love the leaves, and they actually like the actual sunflower when you first pick it. The horseflies are just so ridiculous. Like, it seems like they keep on following me. So you just keep on pulling on it. Try to get down at the end here. Try to keep it all contained. And it is pretty hard to rip them off, like I said, because they're sitting on this flower. The flower is like basically the cushion part of your plant is like the pillow part. You know, this whole piece is the pillow part. And it wants to keep it in like a protective area. So it's very hard sometimes after you harvest them and you let them dry a little bit in your shed. I hang it up in my shed because it's constantly hot out here. It's a good area to dry any type of vegetable or fruit that you want to dry to harvest the seeds. If you're going to eat it right away, then obviously you don't need to harvest it, dry it out or anything. You need to come up with a sunflower picker, something to help remove the sunflower seeds. And then I have to go through the mess of what seeds are good and what seeds are bad and clean them out of the pile. You're not going to get a whole bunch of good seeds always. You know, you're always going to have some lingering ones that really aren't the greatest seeds. Right? You just keep on working at it. And that's the best you could do. Let's see, I'm trying my best to keep it towards the camera, but it's just kind of hard to work with it in certain areas. But yeah, we're working it down. We're getting them all out. Try to just keep on going around in a circle. Only because, remember, this middle part here is where I'm going to take the seeds for next year and plant them. I could probably put them right back in the ground and replant them right away, too. The temperature is very strange around here lately. Tiny rat! I got Tiny Rat as a visitor. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of seeds off of this. And you can see I've already worked basically around the whole flower already. I just rub my hands back and forth like I'm massaging it. And that normally works great too. There's no good way or the wrong way or best way to remove sunflower seeds. Got some on the floor there. Little scrangulars. Oh. Try to keep them all on this cardboard box. Try to keep it all on this cardboard box. A bucket, a cup, a bowl, anything to catch your seeds in. And just keep on working around, massaging it, and it will release the seeds. There's no good way of doing it. It's just got to get done. I mean, you literally could take this whole sunflower and just chuck it out there to your chickens. They will devour it. They love the seeds and then the oils that come out of the actual plant. And like I was saying earlier, I have a seed license. I could sell my seeds. There's no competition around me. Nobody sells seeds out here. Everyone goes to the store and buys seeds for their garden. Just in a matter of time. It's going to take me at least 5 years to get this all settled out here. And, you know, dealing with the land and dealing with our water situation. It's kind of hard for us to grow when I'm constantly hauling water in. Normally, we just collect the rainwater, and the rainwater takes care of the garden, and the pigs, and the dogs, and even sometimes us humans, you know, bathing and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with bathing in rainwater. Drinking it is another subject, unless you're going to get a good filterization on your tanks, where you're able to filterize out the bad pollutions from the rainwater. If you could do that, then go for it. Because God gives us that water for free. Let's turn that light on because the door closes. Because it can get dark in here real quickly. And so, I'm basically worked myself around the sunflower seed. As you can see, I just did the outer brims of it. And now I'm heading into this middle piece. You can see the difference. I'm just going to start heading into this middle out layer. And keep on working around and working around and working around. Anybody could be a gardener. You don't have to have a big property to put some seeds in the ground. You could grow them in buckets. You could grow them in soda bottle containers. You could grow in old laundry soap containers like bleach or Gain plastic containers, milk containers, milk cartons. It's not hard. Everybody has to learn to become self-sustained, especially the way this country is going nowadays. You just don't know when you're going to get your next meal from. It's sad, but it is what it is. Now, as we're working inwards, you can see the seeds are starting to get really, really smaller. Compared to the outside part, they were really huge. These gnats are very, very active today. And you know what? I might even take some of these big seeds on the outer part and save them. It's going to take me a whole handful out. Excuse me. Between my hair and the bugs, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I'm just going to take a whole bunch out. And that's what I'm going to use for next year. And you can really tell the difference from the outer ones from the inner ones. The inner ones look they don't really look the greatest to me. They look very small. But like I said, I'm still going to work on these. And we're just going, continue working our hands through like in a massaging effort. You can't really pull on it because it just don't work when you pull on it. You gotta really massage it, and if it ain't coming out one way, then move it into your other hand and massage in a different direction, and eventually they will all come out. Yeah, this feels very like sticky to me. I just never felt something so sticky before. And I have another one out there that I'm going to get ready to take down. What's wrong? You got water out there. Yeah, these in the middle don't look like... I got a lot off of it. Let's just put it that way. But the ones in the middle don't really look like they really even got started. They look very... Let me see if I can pull one out. Very, very small. So I'm not going to use the ones in the middle of this plant. But I would take this down to my hogs and let them eat it. Now, I'm basically done with this. I don't like the way the middles are. So I took some seeds out for next year. And I'd rather have these big black seeds, really. Because the big black seeds is what's going to give me the big yield out. Where are these dogs barking at?